Hey, sports card fans. I know I normally do baseball, but I want to take a while and show you some of my favorite basketball cards here. Take a look at this one here. This is one of my favorites. This is DeMarcus Cousins. Perhaps you're familiar with the old hack-a-shack strategy used against Shaquille O'Neal. Well, this one's a similar strategy that they used on DeMarcus Cousins. It's called smack-a-sack. Pretty effective. Might have led to an early retirement here for Mr. Cousins. I do like these cards. They're pretty slick. I don't know how much they're worth, but they're pretty fun to have here. Here's a similar card. We got Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing was actually a pretty good friend of Pat McAfee's back in the day. And, of course, Pat McAfee is a punter. This time he's using the old long-legged kick here to the groin to help the old back in the 80s, they played a lot harder defense on the inside here. So we call this one the Ray Guy strategy, one of the best punters of all time. Get that leg really up there. You can do quite a bit of damage that way here, in spite of the fact that the dunk went in here. I do believe that dunker did go on the disabled list for quite some time after this play. Ewing, I think, got a one-game suspension. So on the net, worth it quite a bit. So as you can see on the back here, Ewing and Bill Laimbeer were really the biggest users of that nut punt strategy here. But I didn't know this. I didn't know that at Georgetown University, which doesn't have a football program, that they do have a club team. And wow, Ewing was quite impressive with his kicking there. Now, here's another one of my favorites here. We got Slick Watts. I knew him. I used to live out in Seattle. He was a really good guy. He runs a cleaning company now. In this picture, it looks a little more like he's receiving the old, junior high head shove, as it were, here. But no, look at the position of his head. He is turned to the side here. That's Dave Cowens. Not well adept at dunking, and Slick Watts felt sorry for him one day, so he's just helping lift him up to the basket like you might a kid to get that dunk in here. But anyway, this is really cool. Yeah, Slick Watts went on to found Slick and Clean out in Seattle. Interesting little business there. Now, Craig Smith wasn't one of the more memorable players, but a lot of folks, weren't really aware that he had this olfactory sense that a dog might have. Prior to playing, he was the towel boy in high school, and so he was very good at sniffing out the jocks that were in need of changing. What do you got on the back here? Any other interesting facts about him? Oh, yeah, that's right. He was really into tea. Earned the nickname Teabag, in fact, but unfortunately, I think that got misinterpreted over the years. And if you look a little closer at this card, you follow these like curve lines on the shorts there. It's it could have been envy that inspired that jump so high, because not everybody is that well endowed, as it were. I mean, if you got it, flaunt it, but I think what Kobe's saying here on the dunk is that it's not so much the angle of the dangle, but rather the motion of the ocean. Now, in this card, what you see is what you get, really. I mean, it wasn't so much that Lowry was into this. It's just that Tristan Thompson there, who's dunking on him and simultaneously giving the old head shove. They had a bet on the Washington Generals and Harlem Globetrotters game, and Lowry was dumb enough to take the points and go with the Generals. It clearly didn't work out to his favor. In fact, although the NBA didn't punish him here, he was arrested for public indecency. Now, in this card, I'm starting to wonder if Kevin Love's last name is really Love or if that's some kind of pseudonym here. Most guys aren't mistaken for a pommel horse as often as Kevin Love is. But then again, my understanding is he used to work as a doorman at the Grape. I'm not sure if that was the front or the back door, but I suspect it was the latter. Now, Steven Adams, he was punished for this move here. That's just a blatant, nut kick going on. That's dirty pool, man. Just like receiving a beach under the stalls at the men's room in the airport. That's a low blow, dude. Now, on this card, you got Timothy Mozgov getting his comeuppance. This guy's douchebaggery goes all the way back to junior high. He was a notorious head shover every time he got to second base. It was the old head shove move. And he made the mistake of doing that with Blake Griffin's sister one time. And so what you see here is definitely what you get. You don't mess around with Blake Griffin. He's very protective of his sister. And I believe after this one, Mozgov was on the DL for about 2-3 weeks here with a broken jaw. Pretty sure he bruised his uvula, too.